All right, that last team we're talking about here is the Washington Commanders. We mentioned before, second worst team in the NFL in 2023. So they had the second pick in the NFL draft. They drafted Jaden Daniels. They made it all the way to the NFC title game in 2024. Dalton, he's obviously the biggest reason for optimism for Washington right now.
Absolutely he is. He's the reasons 1 through 5 for optimism, really. We could just talk about Jaden Daniels this whole segment because, for as much as I'd love to do that. But no, I mean, obviously, you have a kid, man. I mean, the 5th best PFF grade in the NFL last year among quarterbacks. The dual threat that he is, such an accurate passer. What is it, the second or third lowest turnover-worthy player? I got to look at that again. Top 3 turnover-worthy play rate in the league last year. The threat that he is as a runner opens up not just himself, but the entire rushing attack. They were historically good on 4th down. He was spectacular in clutch situations. I mean, everything about this offseason has been building around Jaden Daniels because, well, why wouldn't you? He's an elite quarterback on a rookie contract. He's got an argument as a top 5 quarterback in the league right now with what he did last year. He's the center of the universe in D.C. right now. I mean, there's no reason for him not to be.
Absolutely. And one of the highest graded rookie years we've ever seen for a quarterback. And they made it all the way to the NFC title game for the first time in a very, very long time, I believe since the 90s for the Commanders, since they made it that far in the playoffs. And it was still amazing considering how not great the rest of the team was around him. The defense was really bad. The offensive line had the 10th worst pass blocking grade last year, but they did add Laramie Tunsil, one of the best pass blockers in the NFL. During his 6 years with the Texans, he had a 92.3 pass blocking grade, which is the best among all tackles in the NFL in that stretch. This past year with the 4th best pass blocking grade in the NFL with an 89.1 pass blocking grade. So again, didn't really have great play from the offensive line last year. You added an elite left tackle, Larry Tunsil, and you spent a first-round pick at right tackle in Josh Connerly Jr. too. This all of a sudden could be a very big strength for the Commanders next year.
Tunsil is the level of pass protector that makes the rest of the offensive line better because when you know you have that guy who can handle any one-on-one matchup in the league, even against elite guys, and they're going to face some elite guys in that division. When you talk about Parsons, when you talk about all those guys the Giants have, and the Eagles defensive line, I'm stuck in baseball mode. You talk about a guy, he can take those one-on-ones. You could slide the help everywhere else, the chips everywhere else, right? It makes the entire. It's not talked about enough to me is that having an elite tackle like this. Teron Armstead was the same way in Miami, where when he was off the field, the entire offensive line suffered because you just didn't have that guy locking down that one side. Tunsil is such a big factor in this team's success this year.
I mentioned before the defense struggled last year. They had 3rd worst coverage grade last year, but Dalton maybe get some improvement with that corner.
That's what I'm looking for. I think more so the defensive line is still kind of a problem for me, but I think at cornerback there's real room to improve here. Their cornerbacks had the lowest coverage grade in the NFL last season, and the fact that they made the NFC title game with that as well is really astounding. But healthy Marshawn Lattimore, first and foremost. That was the idea. Traded for him last year, had the hamstring pull, wasn't the same the rest of the season. Healthy Marshawn Lattimore. Jonathan Jones comes in as a credible veteran. Trey Amos as a second-round pick. That late in the second round was probably 63rd overall. Probably a steal, honestly. He could have been a first-round pick. And then you get to move Mike Sainristil still back into the slot, where he did a nice job last year. He led the team in most coverage stats from the outside last year, but he's naturally a slot corner, a guy you want making plays all over the field on the inside. If those guys on the outside can stay healthy and be productive and keep Sainristil still in the slot where he can get even better in year 2, all of a sudden you're going from a cornerback room that was one of the worst in the NFL last year to, I think, what at least has the potential to be a plus unit. That's where I'm looking for the biggest source of improvement on their defense this year.